One of the hardest parts about real estate development is getting a tenant. At the end of the day, we want these two buildings to really be cohesive. And in doing that, we want to make sure that whatever we bring is complementary to the brewery. At the same time, there's a big financial component that we haven't talked about yet, which is called cap rates. So whenever you're deciding for a tenant that's going to go in your building, you typically think about all the businesses out there. You have national chains like a McDonald's, Starbucks. You have local chains that are local to your area. So here we have a real world example of a local chain, Verve Coffee Roasters, all over California, a couple locations in Northern Cal, most of them here in Southern Cal. And then here you might have like a mom and pop. In this case, let's use Nick and Diego's coffee shop as an example. So the way cap rates impact these things is simple. Cap rates are basically a function of trust in these businesses to continue doing well. And so a national chain can garner something between a 3.5 to let's say a 4.5% cap rate. And we'll go into what this means later. A local chain might get something between 6 to 8% cap rate. And if you and I, or me and Nick start a coffee shop, the reality is there's really no trust since we're new. People don't know if we're gonna be alive tomorrow. They don't know if our coffee's good. And so in this example, our cap rate is probably gonna be somewhere between like 8 and 10%. In this example, cap rates are a lot like golf. The lower the score in golf, the better. In this case, the lower the cap rate, the better financial return. So now we're gonna assign real numbers to this. Basically thinking like, if this is our tenant, or if I have a mom and pop shop as our tenant, what's gonna give me a financial return? What's gonna be the best? In order for me to do that, we have to explain to you guys net operating income. A super important piece to any business, any tenant is gonna have income. And so in this case, NOI means how much you're making minus your expenses. And that gets you NOI. What are expenses? So in this example, it can be insurance, it can be fees to run your business, it can be maintenance. So your property value, so whenever you go to sell your asset, your property value is equal to the NOI divided by your cap rate. So in this example, the national chain, the local chain, and Nick and Diego's coffee shop all make $100,000 per year. So they all actually make the same amount of money. But as we covered before, the cap rates are different. In order to figure out how much you can sell your property for, the equation is pretty simple. It's basically your property value is equal to your NOI divided by your cap rate. In this example, what this means is in order to figure out how much our property is worth when we go to sell it, our property value is equal to $100,000. $100,000 is our yearly NOI divided by the cap rate, which we said is 4% if it's a major chain. At your national chain, at a 4% cap rate, your property value at exit is $2.5 million. If we're a local chain, somewhere like 2 to 15 locations, same exact NOI, it's a higher cap rate, we're gonna be exiting around $1.53 million. And if it's just me and Nick, we start a coffee shop, we have one location, we're making the same NOI as the other two, but our cap rate is higher, we actually exit at $1.17 million. And so you can see here that when you're working with chains, because there's more trust and reliability in the marketplace, their exit value is much higher.
Got a head full of stacks, better grab an umbrella, I make it right.
But there's one super important piece missing here. Money ain't everything, people. So while you guys see clearly when you bring in national chains into your city for any real estate development project, you're gonna get the highest return. On our project in Bell, we're bringing in 2 tenants that really speak to the culture of that community. And so while they might not give us the highest return, they're also not giving us a bad return, and we're enhancing the community. And in some cases, that's more important.